Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa with Mimi's DIY Journey. Tonight we are going to do just a really quick project. My husband is still at work and I got to come home a little early, so I'm going to try and squeeze this in before I have to go back and pick him up. So the digitals that we are using for these journals, this one is the Meadows Bloom, and this one is the Vintage Green Wallpaper. Both of these digitals are by Silver and Sparkles, so I will leave a link to her YouTube channel so that you can go over and check out some of her awesome tutorials, and also a link to her Etsy shop where you can go and browse what other digitals she has and see what you may like if you'd like to purchase any of those. So I'll leave that in the description box below. Okay, so I have to show you guys this. I purchased this from Silver and Sparkles as well. This is 15 yards of seam binding that she hand dyed. Look at all these beautiful colors. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it yet, but I just needed to show you guys. So this is on her Etsy store as well. If you guys are interested in purchasing some of this, I highly recommend it. It is so beautiful. Alright, so she has come out with a new digital kit. This one is called Cozy Days. And there are 2 sheets that I actually want to incorporate into the journals that we're making. So I'm just going to do a flip through real quick of what this digital kit contains. And there's some ephemera, very pretty. And I lost my sound when I made the video, and so yes, I'm doing a voiceover. But here I'm just explaining the little ruffles around. I wish I had one of those punches that is a ruffle so that I didn't lose that when I cut it out, but it's okay. I'll find one somewhere. Very pretty pockets. She does do a tutorial on like a little card, I believe, that she makes. She uses these little pockets. It is really cute. So I will try and find a link to that video as well and leave that in the description box also. It's really cute. These are the pages. I love these little ruffles at the edge. This is what I want to use in my little project tonight, which I'm not going to show you at first what I made. I'm just going to take you guys along with me as I make the second one, because I did make a prototype because I wanted to make sure that it was going to work, what I had in my brain, and it did. But look at all these gorgeous papers. Oh, they're so pretty. I think it's, nope, not this one, this one. Oh, you really can't see it very well, but it's got some lace at the end of the page that is just so pretty. And I love this red one because red is one of my, this color red is one of my favorite colors. And of course I love this one as well. I just love them all. It's okay. Alright, so I am going to pick out the page with the little ruffle at the end that I'm going to use on today's little project. And they're all so pretty. So I'm going to use this one. And then I'll set the others aside. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with the other ones. So I am going to cut this ruffle out. I do it off camera so you guys don't have to sit there and watch me cut this little ruffle thing out. You'll see, there we go. So it's all cut out. I am going to ink around the edges, and then I cut me a little strip, probably between 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch from the same piece of paper, so that it matches. Not that you're really going to see it, but I'll show you what we're going to do with it. And so I should have inked off camera as well, so you guys don't have to watch me do that, but I did not. But this is a good time to say thank you for being here with me today. I really appreciate each and every one of you spending a little time with me, going on this journey that I'm on of learning and just having fun, making friends. I love it. But yes, thank you for being here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. That is the best way to support me. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and select all so you don't miss any future content from me. Alright, so we are going to use this envelope. It doesn't have to be brown. Not a Pacific size. You can use whatever size envelope that you want. I think it'll still work out. I am going to just cut a little sliver off of each side so that I can open that envelope up. So if you have like some junk mail envelopes, I think that's what I should have used. Oh well, I didn't. I used these. Anyways. Now I'm going to have to make one with a junk envelope and see how that turns out. Alright, so then open it up, and this side, hang on, because this is going to be kind of hard to explain. You're probably just going to have to watch. There we go. I am going to cut those off and just leave the little flap of the envelope. There is, what's the saying? There's reason within my madness. Something like that. Anyways. And so when we do get to the end, if you guys have made something like this, or if you have better ideas, please share with me. Or if you make this, share it to where I can see what you've done. I would love to see what you guys do, because it's about learning from each other and learning how to do things differently and appreciate each other's work and learn from each other. I'm like at the bottom of the totem pole, so I'm learning as I go. So now I'm going to use my glitter glue and put glue all over the back here, and I'm going to glue that down on this would actually be the outside of the envelope, but I'm going to call it the ugly side. Right now it's the side that's to the right. But that's going to be the side that I glued down into the journal. Yeah, I would love to see what you guys come up with that might be just a little different, and maybe make this little project look a little better. I would love it. Alright, so then that straight side I'm just going to line up with that crease in the flap of the envelope. I am going to give it just a little bit of space so that when it folds over, it doesn't crease my pretty paper. And I'll show you, there's one thing that I do after putting this in which after I did, this is the second one I'm doing, because I wanted one for each journal. Then I thought of something different. So when we get to that part, I'll explain it to you. So this is the side that I was talking about, the ugly side, the inside, not the paper, not the paper part. The paper part's pretty. And see, there's a junk envelope that I found in my book. So this is how I'm going to glue that in, just like that. But first, I am going to take that little strip of paper and reinforce that crease right there, because I am going to sew in a small signature. I'm just going to use a total of 5 pages because I don't want it real thick, but just want to add some more pages that we can do pretty stuff to. I wish I could remember who I seen do this idea. If I remember, I'll leave it in the description box below, but I knew I wanted to make one, but wasn't sure like what pages I should use, how I really wanted to decorate it. And then Silver and Sparkles came out with this digital kit, and I thought, oh, this will be perfect. At least I was hoping it would be perfect, and it was. It turned out, I think so anyways, I think it turned out really pretty. But I know somebody out there has better ideas to make it even prettier, so please share them. And then I'm going to pick out just 5 random pages that I'm going to put in here. And I'll do that off camera, so you guys don't have to, wait for me to pick out the pages. And then I did also go ahead and fold them, and I trimmed them down to size. And then we'll need the awl, and I grabbed that here in just a second when I find it, because I'm really good at losing stuff on my desk as I'm crafting. And then a needle and some thread. And I use crochet thread. Like you would make doilies with and stuff, but this is a size 3, so it's a little bit thicker than your normal crochet thread. But that's what I like using. So if you have something different that you use that you prefer, by all means use that. It's what makes your little heart happy. And then I'm just going to poke a hole, one in the middle, one at the end, and one at the other end. And I just eyeball it. I probably could have cut this part out, because I'm sure you guys all know how to sew in signatures, but I'm going to share anyways. So the way that this is going into the journal, you could tie your thread on the inside of the signature or on the outside. I think either way would be pretty cool. Because if it's on the outside, then it's going to be hanging on the outside of the book, kind of. So I think that would look neat. I should have done it that way, but next time. Alright, so I got the 3-hole pamphlet stitch in. I'm going to pull it tight, but not too tight so we don't rip the pages. And then I'm going to tie a knot right over left, left over right, and then right over left again. And then trim my little strings down. And then of course I'll keep those little scraps in my little jar, because you never know when we might need to incorporate those into a project. See, isn't that so pretty? And you don't have to stop where I did. There are just, I think, so many more possibilities that can be done to this. You know, adding more embellishments of lace or beads or whatever you want. So I am going to use one of these as a closure for our flap, which I will kind of show that, well, not kind of, but I will show that here in just a second. So I am just going to pick the one that I'm going to use, and I am just going to cut it out. I am going to glue it to some cardstock because I printed these out on regular copy paper. So I need it, you know, a little stiffer in order to hold that flap closed. And then I will punch the little circle. And don't worry, when I glue stuff to my pages like this, like to the cardstock, and I'm only cutting out this little bitty thing, I do keep the rest of the paper and I use it for other things. Because a lot of times, because I don't know what I'm going to do, I print everything out on copy paper. So I end up using the cardstock. It comes in handy. So then I'm just going to cut this out, and I should have left one side just a little bit longer so that I could reach it as it went into my hole punch. But I did not. But I ended up getting it, so it's okay. And it kept wanting to stick to my thumb because I had glue on my thumb. Still turns out really cute, so. Alright, so that is going to be our little closure. I'm going to ink around the edges of it. Like a little button closure. And I'm just going to put some glue. I'm using the Fabri-Tac glue here. Just about on maybe half of it. If I can get my glue to come out. It does. Just takes it a minute. Good glue, but it's slow to come out of the bottle. There we go. And that's our little closure. Just making sure I didn't get glue on the end of the flap so it doesn't get glued down. And now we're going to go ahead and put it in the journal. So I'm just going to flip through till I decide where I want to put this. And now, since I have like regular pages in my journal, I really wish that I had backed this page with cardstock first before I glued this down, but I did it afterwards. And actually, I could have done it on the folded side. Why didn't I think of that then? Oh, well, I just learned something new. So I'm just putting glue on the ugly side, and it is going to glue to the page, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of room. I'm not going all the way up to the edge so that it has plenty of room to, you know, close. So the page here, looking at this page, the coffee dyed page here, this is where I should have glued the cardstock on. But I'll show you here in just a minute of what I actually did. Yeah, because, oh, excuse me, with it being copy paper, it's thin, and the envelope, of course, is heavy. So here's the cardstock, and this is how I glue it down to kind of strengthen that page a little bit, which is okay, but it's covering part of the pretty of the paper. So yeah, I should have glued it down right there. It's okay, live and learn. I just wanted more writing space is what I was thinking on the other side. But we have, added lots more space here to write, do whatever we want. We can decorate this part here of the little journal insert. I don't know what you want to call this. You can decorate it, however you want. Add some lace, beads, all the pretties you want to add to it. And then I almost forgot to show you guys the first one that I made. So here in just a moment, I say that a lot, don't I? I used the blue paper that was part of the kit because this journal is blue. And I thought how pretty to incorporate that into this one. So, and then my little closure that I chose out of my little box of whatnots. But it was made the same way, just the same way. And then, see, I glued that page there just to add that writing space back. But I wish I had done that different. But just want to say thank you again for being here. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great week, and I will talk to y'all again soon. Bye.